Hello, my crafty friends. This is the book that I'm making my next everything journal out of. I did a flip through earlier of the one that I've been working in towards the end of November and all of December. And so now I'm making one. And this book was the spine was about this wide, but it was made like a little golden book. So I just opened it up and added a piece of chipboard in there to make it a wider book. And that's what we're going to do. But because we did that, the pages that were in there are now too big. So we're going to have to cut them down and put them back together. And I wanted to I'm going to do 3 small signatures, and I'm going to see if that works better than one big one. And I wanted to have some of the pages from this book in there, and so that's why we're going to go ahead and trim them down. So let's just do that. I'm going to start with this one. And it's really hard to make sure I've got it straight. Okay. It's just going to have to be, it's not straight, but it's as straight as it's going to be. So we'll tape that one back together in a minute. And so we're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm trying to use where it's located in those holes to help me keep things relatively straight. This is I'm going to, I think, cut this out and put it right up here. So I'm going to use this page in the book. I'm putting one of these in each signature. And in my other book, I had 16 pages or 16 sheets of paper in it. And that turned out to be a really good amount. So my plan is to do this the same way. Ooh, my oven's going to be covered up by my masking tape. I didn't think about that. I may cut this out and put it over the top of that. I don't know. We'll see. But the first thing I'm going to do is make sure this is going to fit. And it does. It fits nicely in there. So that's the biggest I want my pages to be, is like this. So let's we're going to just tape this together with masking tape, and this is pretty decent masking tape. I think if there's some on both sides, it'll hold okay. And it's not quite big enough. It needs to be longer than that. Okay, better too long than not long enough. And I'm just going to stick it right down on here. And then we're going to pick it up. And do it right here. And then I'm going to put another piece in here. So that this is completely covered up. Okay. Now then I can fold that like that and put it in my signature. I was having a hard time finding pages. There were so many pages I wanted to put in. And when I started trying to, dig them out and go through the different books and see what I wanted to put in there, I was having a hard time choosing because I have a lot of books I want to use. And so, and if you're only using 16 pages altogether, then that's not very straight. It's harder to get very many different kinds of paper if you put the same thing in all the signatures, which is what I usually do. I usually make the signatures all pretty much the same, at least, you know, um, papers out of the same book, one page in each signature. So I'm not going to do that this time because I don't really want, you know, 30 sheets of paper in my book. It'll get too fat. Um, uh-oh. I'll fix that in a minute. Well, I did that one a little bit better. So I've chosen like 13 different books, and then I'm going to decide. I've taken at least one page out of each of them. And so all three signatures may be completely different except for the page that came out of this book. Uh-oh. Anyway, I'm going to pull those pages and show you where they came from while I try to decide how I'm going to do that. But the first thing I wanted to do is get this ready so I know what size to make all the other ones, or at least the biggest that I can make them. So this is going to be the beginnings of our three signatures. And I think I will probably make these the signature covers, because I don't know that I will do anything. Where the pictures are, I'm probably not going to do anything. I'll do stuff in here, but I'm probably just going to leave the pictures like they are. And so that's why I'm going to make them signature covers. And I should have separated those just a tiny bit. It would have worked better. And you can still sort of see of there. So I'm going to go ahead and do what I had planned to do, which is just take this out and add it on above it. I'll use that picture for something else later. It's not going to go to waste. Okay. Should have done it this way to begin with. There we go. That makes a good cover page. So now then, glue stick. Here we go. I wasn't planning to need any glue today. Now I may have some pages that are folded up and folded in to make pockets. I'm not sure. That's why we have to establish exactly what size pages we need before we move on. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Sorry. Okay. This is one of the books that I've got, and it has these pages, and these pages fit right in there, so they'll be an okay size to use just like they are. And I'm going to hold on to these two And I know I'm not going to need 3 of them. So I'm just going to hold on to these 2, and we're going to go ahead and reinforce the spine on these also, because it's very delicate paper. And this masking tape just happens to be the right color for most of these pages to kind of blend in, which is nice. I used to use washi tape for this, but I got tired of having to add glue, and I don't have to add glue to the masking tape. So um, oh, I didn't quite make that one long enough either. Good grief, I'm glad masking tape's cheap. Good grief, this is really not staying together very well. I don't remember having this much trouble with it last time I used it, but I don't know if it's because it's been a while or if it's because this isn't the same roll of tape. Okay. It actually was folded like this. Hope I don't have to do this to too many pages, because that really makes the binding thicker. But anyway, we're going to stick one of those in there. I think I'm going to just set that one aside, and we will use it if we need it. And then I've got this pages out of this old opera book. And I'm going to stick one of those in each of these other signatures. So now I've got 2 pieces in each signature. Okay. Gotta decide where to move my books. Okay, this is a really great book. Reader's Digest North American Wildlife. I'm just going to flip through it a little bit here so you can see all the wonderful pictures in this. I found this at the thrift store. And it was one of those days where you buy 1 book and get 2 free. So it was 33 cents at the most. I don't know what it is on Amazon, but I bet you can find it on there. But it's a great book. I've got, I did the leaf pages because I won't mind covering those up. And my thought was to do them kind of the same way as these. And they are exactly that same size. Excuse me. I'm going to have to see if I can trim these with a trimmer, because they're not straight enough even to tape together. So I'm tempted, because I said I was going to do this on some of them, to just fold these like this and put the pages in little. I think I'm going to do that. Okay, so we're going to fold it like this and add one into each signature. See, we're already, a page is already adding up. And I've got so many more. So we may end up taking some of these back out. It just depends on what I like. Once I get it put together, then I'll take out the pages I don't like as much and use them in a different journal. And then I've got this book, and this signature was just loose in the middle. So I decided that was the signature I was going to use. This is from 1919. I am going to try to scan some of these pages, but I decided I was going to go ahead and use at least one of these, just like it is. But it's too big, you can see. So I'm going to have to trim it down. But what I'll be taking off is the edges, so I'm not worried about that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll just do one of these for this book, because I've got to start giving up some of the pages that I had out. I'm going to go ahead and make this a little shorter than the others, because and I'll save those scraps. Those are great to put words on and stuff. And there's my threads. So even though it was loose from the book, the threads were still in there. I think that one's okay to use like it is. So I'm going to stick it in here. And let's go on to the next one, which is a really old atlas. I'm not sure when it's from, 1942. And I've got several pages of this, but I think I'm just going to choose one. We'll see which one the seam is the best. That one's pretty good. That one is too. We'll take Venezuela and Peru. So let's keep that one out here, and we'll stick these back for another book. Oh, that's about to become an avalanche. Okay, there we go. Now I need to trim this one too. Okay. I'm going to go right inside. I really like the numbers and letters, but we're going to have to go right inside there. Oh, no. Okay, we're going to go a little higher. Don't know what happened there. Okay. And we'll see how we can do. Strange. On most papers, I have to come from the top and go down. And on this one, I have to go from the bottom and go up. So, okay, there's that. And we'll just stick it right here. So let's do this one next. I've got this book, Janet Marsh's Nature Diary. See if it'll tell you inside a little better. There we go. And it's got lovely pages too. And they're really big. So my thought on this one was to fold in pages or fold up. I think I'm going to fold in. So let's see, where would we need to fold it in? Okay, I guess I'm going to fold that one back that direction. Okay. Now I'm going to have to trim it off. And I think I'm going to take some from the top and some from the bottom because there's, oh no, there's these little critters up there. So I'm going to take it all from the bottom. Okay. Wow, it's really acting weird today. It's sure not wanting to cut this. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. And this is the way I usually have it. I guess it could just be that the blade's dull, but... All right, let's try again here. Let's do it this way. We'll go all the way. Maybe that'll... Okay. What is going on here? Well, this is not working. Okay, forget that. Good grief. Well, the bottom of that one's going to be ugly, but we're just going to go with it. Okay. No, it was in here we're going to put it. Oh dear. See, I didn't get it. Didn't even get it folded good enough. Okay. Come on. Okay. Goodness. Had to work hard for that one. Okay. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's see what we've got next. I have a whole bunch of things that I was thinking about putting in. I think I'm going to put one of these in one of them. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I liked having the small ones last time. So we're gonna put a couple of small ones in. Put one there and one in there, and we'll put one of these really small ones in. Oh, I did that one already. Is it this one I didn't put one in? In here. Because sometimes I like to turn these into pockets. That would probably be a good one to do that way. Get all these pieces out of the way. And those two, I'm just going to make an executive decision. I'm not even going to show them to you. Okay, I've got a couple of pieces of music paper that I would like to put in. And these are like this, so they will have to be cut down quite a bit too. Quite a bit. Okay. And I'm not using that because that has not worked well. I think I'm going to do these. Let's see what would be. I think I'm going to do them about here. And then we're just going to go as far as behold. Okay. I'm going to put one of them in here. And one of them in here. Okay. I think that's as many pages as I had in the last book. Looking at what else I had out here to add in. I had a couple of pages out of this that I thought might be fun to have poems. My plan for these was to also do it like that, but they're kind of really torn up. So let's see what we can do here and if we can straighten them. Alrighty, we're gonna go right here. And I'm gonna fold it. Let's go ahead and leave the poem. I probably will end up covering it up anyway. I don't know why I'm worrying about it, but it'd make me happier to put it in there like that. This one, we're going to do like that. Okay, so let's see. We're going to stick him right in there. And I'm going to put this one right in here. And I'm thinking that's it. That's all we're going to do. Oh, wait a minute. this one's a little thinner than the others. So let's go ahead and stick something in there. We're going to put one of these. We'll just stick it in. Oh, we need something stronger in the middle. We'll put this in the middle. We'll put this back here. I try to put something in the center that's fairly strong. Okay. Now that's going to stick out just a little bit. So let's make it smaller. Okay. I think I'm going to need to do that with all of these. So that I will be happy. Okay. And then let's do this one too. Okay. Now I'm going to look at them because I may not like the way it is, and so I want to make sure. I'm having trouble deciding if I want to keep that in there or not. Everything else is very aged, and that one's not. But it might be good to have the contrast. It might be good to have the contrast. I'm still thinking about that as we go here. Okay. And our last signature. Okay, how did I get two of those in there? I don't need two of those in there. Okay. I think that's okay. Now I have 3 signatures ready to go into my book, and it looks pretty skinny, but we all know it won't stay that way. So I think that's probably a pretty good ratio, because when you let go of it, but if I hold it in there like that, I can see I've got lots of room to grow. So that's good. That's good. That makes me happy. Okay, now in the next video, part 3, we will bind it together. But this one's gone on long enough. God bless you. See you in part 3.